Probate is not fun, I can tell you that much. It's basically when you pass without a trust, when you have assets that have nowhere to go. That's really what it is, right? So if all you have is a bank account or an investment account and there's beneficiaries on it, it goes to them. But if you have assets that don't have anywhere to go, such as a home or a bank account that doesn't list anything, or even, brokerage accounts, investment, retirement accounts. I've had people not have updated beneficiaries on them, so they have to go through probate, stocks, bonds, any of that stuff. Any assets that don't have anywhere to go over the probate amount, which is about $185,000, have to go through probate in order to be distributed. There's no other way to do that. If you're under that amount, there's ways to do it per the probate code, but over that amount you have to go through probate, and the probate court is just a process. It's a huge, long process that you have to follow. There's no shortcuts. You have to go through the motions, and so basically you submit a petition, you decide who the executor is going to be, and then you have to follow all the probate rules of doing inventories and notifying creditors and going to hearings, and just there's a timeline. And so in California, at best, you can get through a probate in 9 months. I think that's happened once in my life that I know of. It really just depends on how backed up the courts are. Some courts are a month or two out, some are 6 to 9 months out. And so the assets are tied up until then. You can't utilize them, you can't protect them, you can't do anything with them until that very first hearing where the court approves it. And then everything that you do is basically monitored by the court and has to go through court approval. And on top of that, there are fees, and the fees are statutorily set by law. So they are a percentage of the gross value of your estate. So if you have a $600,000 house with a $300,000 mortgage, it's not based on the $300,000 equity, it's based on the value of $600,000. So that's a percentage that is being eaten away from your inheritance that is not passing on. And then that fee can be doubled if the executor takes it. And then of course there's all the court costs, the filing fees, and the now mandatory e-filing fees and publication fees and all the fees, so many fees. So really, it is a way to pass on assets when they have nowhere to go. That is mandatory, that is costly and time consuming and just generally confusing to people, I think. So I try to make it not confusing, try to make it pretty straightforward, but it's just a process. It's just going through the motions and there's no way around it.